second semi-final of Eurovision 2015 has just come to a close, and the team from wiwibloggs is here inside the press conference room. We're getting ready for the qualifiers to join us. Now, yeah, let's quickly review the results. Lithuania, Poland, Slovenia, Sweden, Norway, Latvia, Azerbaijan, Israel. Don't be tripping on my camera.
Cyprus and Montenegro.
Thank you. Now, Denise, how are you feeling?
Oh, I'm so happy. I am so happy. I was cheering for Israel, for Azerbaijan, Sweden, and they all got through, and I had so much nerves when they were announcing the next one. I was like, oh my god, are you serious? Is Israel not going through this year with such an amazing song? I'm so relieved.
You know what? Aminata Savadogo needs a mention, and she had to qualify, and literally all my chips were on that girl. A bit sad Switzerland didn't come through, double sad that Malta didn't make through, but they're only 10 spots, and I think the 10 that have advanced deserve it.
You have to bring your A game to the semi-finals of Eurovision, and Melanie Renee, as much as I like her song and her staging, the people next to me said that was a really long 3 minutes. It really felt like 6. She wasn't going to go through. I really am thrilled that Israel made it. I was so worried at the end, and I was like, if they don't make it this year, they should really withdraw, because this is amazing, and if this doesn't make it, what will? But Israel is in the final. I'm over the moon. And finally, I've got to give a shout out to my girl, Aminata Savadogo. Once again, otherworldly Burkina Faso realness. The people around me, they were loud, they were talking, but when she sang, they stopped talking. It was pure silence. It was magic.
William, could this be a top 3?
I think that it is a top 3. I think that people have been hating. They said it's too modern, it's too futuristic, but no. This is 2015, this is 2515, this is 1915. It is universal across continents, across time.
I'm a little bit disappointed with the results because Czech Republic did not get through. I'm really sad. It was my favorite and the staging was amazing. However, on the other side, I'm happy for Latvia. Aminata is amazing. I love her. Top 3, definitely.
Now tell me this. Are you surprised that Cyprus made it through?
A little bit. I mean, it wouldn't have been in my top 10, but it was such a quiet song, and normally in every single semi-final there's always a song like that goes through. So it wasn't a big surprise, but I was hoping for that it wouldn't qualify.
Well, I think Giannis Karayiannis would have been surprised himself. I don't think he thought he would qualify. You know, but Eurovision is about surprises, and it also, it's about songs that minister differently to other people, and I can see that touching a lot of hearts. The transition from black and white to color was very effective, very subtle, and for a song that was a very slow build, it was staged very beautifully. I'm happy it's in. I may not have picked it initially, but I'm not resenting the fact that it's in.
One thing we should have done, we should have adjusted our predictions. We were throwing shade, but he's in the final, so egg is on my face. Now, we have to talk about Malta, the warrior who isn't Georgia's Nina Sablati. Are you surprised she didn't make it?
Yes, I am a little bit surprised. I thought she will qualify, and with such an amazing performance, with such a background, very colorful, fierce. But at the same time, I can understand her voice is a little bit not what many people like.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I thought that her voice was really good and that the jury would love her. And I mean, the show was great, the background looked amazing, and those fireworks, and I absolutely loved it. So, yeah, it's quite a shocker, yeah.
I mean, it grew and grew for me, and rehearsals into today, I was quite blown away by Amber, and being the only one on stage, it kind of really strengthened her message. And I personally, I'm surprised that she didn't make it. Had she been in semi-final 1 though, it's a no-brainer. She would have sailed through.
Now, they're going to start soon, so closing remarks. Mine is going to be about Poland's Monika Kuzinska. I was really touched by her performance. When I saw those black and white cutaways of her working the runway, I thought she's still working it, but this time she's in a wheelchair. She is rolling forward. She is going to the final. The people around me were very emotional. I didn't like this previously, but now I see those cherry blossom trees. I just want to breathe it in.
For me, it was too cheesy. It was some pink dream just smashed around the stage. Even so, she's really nice. The song is sweet, but still, no.
So did the sympathy vote carry her through?
I I think so, absolutely, and especially if you saw those pictures of those little movie pieces of her when she had legs, but when she could walk. I think that a lot of people were like, oh, that's so sad, and that's why they voted for her, and that she was last. I mean, if she would have opened the show, I didn't think that she would go through, but I think a combination of that.
I think running order doesn't really matter, and I think we need to respect musicality of things that minister differently to different people. I wanted the Netherlands in the first semi-final. Lots of people didn't like it, and I was really certain that I liked it. My closing remarks has to be Montenegro. Blew me away. Knez and that magical folklore, the staging of the Black Mountains, everything about it was stellar. It was just what it kind of reminded me of, it referenced Balkan Eurovision history. And you know what? If it hadn't been in the semi-final, I would have missed that.
It referenced Jesus. They weren't walking on water, they were dancing on water. Who does that?
Yeah, Montenegro was amazing. Balkan ballads never disappoint. For me, it was a little bit too red. I didn't like it.
It was very blue to start off with, Mikael.
Yeah, but at the same time, that red color was striking into my eyes. Even so, Latvia, the song matches the color, but here I don't see that.
Wow, that's what we think.
Before you go, William, we have to talk about Sweden.
Oh yeah, Mans Zelmerlow. I gotta say, it felt kind of flat in the arena, but maybe that's because all the fans have seen it 95 million times. I don't know how it came across on TV, but yeah, no, it's obvious that he was going to go through. He had the energy, he worked his camera angles, he looked hot.
Yeah, what should I say? Yeah, of course. I mean, it was really good, and if you saw it on the screens, it looked so amazing. And I think, like you said, the people at home were surprised. It was like, oh my god, what am I seeing here? For us, it wasn't a surprise, but it was still really good.
Well, she brought fresh knickers to the contest. It was super, it was great, it was Melody Festival and transitioning into Eurovision. You can't fault it, it's pop perfection. Yes, we've seen it so many times and perhaps it doesn't have the magic it did when it first started, but he was slightly off the marker at first, remember, and that's been fine-tuned. He is heading for a top 3 spot.
Absolutely, that wasn't a shocker at all that he qualified, and it was never a question of qualification. He was amazing, the audience was going very loud, everyone was cheering, so not a surprise at all.
We will all be eating meatballs and lingonberry sauce in 2016, perhaps. He was bringing it, he was cool, calm, and collected. He didn't sweat. Every time he raises his arm, I'm checking to make sure he put on his antiperspirant. He does not sweat, he doesn't need to. He's cruised to the final, and we are all happy about that. Well, that's what we think. What do you think? Let us know on our YouTube channel, wiwi.tv, and of course here on wiwibloggs. See you later. Bye!